Today we're checking out a 32-inch, 240Hz, 1440p curved gaming monitor by Innoview. I want to thank them for sending this over to review on the channel. I believe this one's on sale for about $350 as of this video, but I'll leave a link down below with current pricing and more information. It's actually pretty simple to put the stand on. You get a round, almost flywheel looking design that snaps onto the back, which has a lever to release it. Once you can lift the monitor up by the stand, you know it's locked into place. Then just one screw on the bottom to hold it all together. It's kind of crazy how much adjustment you have with this base. You can slide up and down with only one hand. Doesn't take much effort at all. And it's got enough friction that it locks into place at pretty much any height. Of course, you can rotate it up and down, but just look at how much it rotates left to right. This is probably one of the better bases that I've seen for a monitor. It's also VESA mount compatible if you don't have enough desk space. You can see the RGB lighting on the back as well, which looks pretty good in person. This might be the first monitor that I've used where you can actually rotate it 90 degrees vertical if you want to, which looks pretty impressive that way. As far as ports go, you've got two HDMI, two DP ports, and a 3.5mm audio jack as well. Then you have speakers underneath each side with your menu controls and power under the right hand side. You also have quite a bit of adjustments you can make, like brightness and contrast, color temperature, color and audio settings. Then you've got full 4:3 or 16:9 aspect ratio, HDR, and then of course your input selection. Now before I started testing out some games on here, I was curious how it looked while watching YouTube videos, and you can go up to 8K upscaled resolution, although it's much smoother on upscaled 4K resolution. That could be my internet connection though. It might take some people a little bit to adjust to using a curved screen versus flat. This one is 1500R, so a little more subtle as far as the curve goes, but it's nice that you don't have to really turn your head as much to see everything on the screen. It's just really nice to work on a larger screen like this, to do some multitasking or just watching videos, movies, or playing games. Also, looking at the color and sharpness on here, it seems to be pretty uniform across the entire screen. Everything seems nice and sharp all the way out to the edges. I didn't notice any dead pixels or anything like that. It also has nice contrast, and gradients are pretty decent on here as well. Not a huge deal here, but I did notice when testing out the speakers, they're not really that loud overall, and not the best quality. They sound a little distorted and tinny at louder volumes. At least you do have built-in audio though if you need it. For me, I typically use headphones, but here's a quick sample just to give you an idea of what they sound like.
Thick silicone material cover to protect the ports on the back. JBL has one USB-A port, which is covered. The USB-C port is exposed. DOS has a USB-C port, USB-A port, auxiliary jack, and SD card slot.
It's got 2560 by 1440 resolution. There's a lot of stuff this monitor has, like 1 millisecond response time, FreeSync, HDR10, and then up to 240 Hz refresh rate if you're using the display port. Now, of course, depending on what you have connected to this is gonna determine if you can use all of those features. But even playing games on my older laptop, things look really nice and sharp on here in 1440p resolution. It's got 3000:1 contrast ratio, and it definitely looks nice and smooth testing out Rocket League and Forza Horizon 5. It was doing right around 72 frames per second at 1440p resolution, and I didn't notice any screen tearing or glitches during my testing. So depending on what your setup is like, I feel like this could be a nice upgrade for most people, especially considering the price, and it's gonna feel like a nice step up if you're currently using a 1080p monitor. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.